Hello! Even though the sun is shining today, I'm still very much into a winter rut with nothing to wear, according to me, not according to my closet. Therefore, recently I fell for an Instagram ad after looking at different clothing rental subscription, and I've purchased my very first LeCloset box that got delivered this morning, and with a very nice discount for your first purchase, plus me recently starting a new job, being in the office a lot more in a new work environment, I kind of justified. I kind of tried to gaslight myself into this purchase and kind of justify it. However, today I want to dissect the clothing rental service subscription in specifics, LeCloset, with all its pros and cons, maybe briefly talk about other subscription services, and finally, and probably most anticipated, a try-on and styling of the pieces I have selected. Starting with the hard facts. In Europe, clothing rental services are a lot more uncommon compared to the US, where you have Newly or Run the Runway and a lot of other subscription services. So when I initially saw LeCloset, I was like, okay, cool. So now we have something similar in Europe, which is a French company, or at least the company is based in France, and they're charging €79.99 for 6 pieces that you own for a month, basically, and you can wear as often as you want to. Shipping is included, dry cleaning is included, so it also comes in this reusable case. It's a bit dirty. The return label is printed already, so that seemed like a very low commitment, low effort subscription to sign up for. Also, just because I got it initially now, that doesn't mean I need to sign up for a year or something. I can easily cancel after my first order, similar to, I don't know, HelloFresh and other meal subscription services, which, well, the whole subscription world, which we're going to dive into a little later. So hard facts are out here. Coming to the pros. After you finish your profile, LeCloset shows you all the available items that would fit your clothing size. And I would say the search function is pretty easy, and specifically you can also only tick items that are available, because there's nothing more frustrating than falling in love with a piece that isn't available at the time, which I don't even want to know about, right? You can search by category like denim, tops, blouses, or you can go by vibes like office workwear, winter getaway, cozy winter vibes. So I do have to say the search function is made quite well. Another pro-ish point, the pieces look okay. They look, I'd say, fairly standard, nothing out of the box or too unwearable, if you know what I mean. So if you're just looking for something that you can wear on an everyday basis, I think that's a great place to start with. Another pro is that for nearly every piece, or at least for the pieces I ordered, I had a really decent sizing guide and reference. So for example, I put in my height, my weight, my typical sizes, and at least for the pieces I ordered, there were really good size references, so I could see how people with similar height or weight chose the sizing. And a spoiler alert, since I already opened the parcel, so it's not wrapped up beautiful anymore, all the pieces fit, which kind of is unheard of, because especially if you order from unknown brands. I have a skirt and a jeans in my order, and I think to just get the right sizing, length and everything, it can be quite daunting. So the fact that I ordered 6 pieces and all 6 of them are fitting, huge pro. Final pro on my list, a clothing subscription model gives you the option to kind of try out certain styles or pieces that you aren't too sure whether you want to commit to. So for example, let's say you're not sure whether you are a trench coat girly, just rent one for a month, see whether you're going to wear it or not, and either way, you can send it back by the end of the month. It doesn't mean that you need to fall in love with the piece. Maybe you just fall in love with the concept, and then later on go and look for your perfect jacket, blazer, whatever. But just try it out for a month. Be a bit more experimental, I think. Especially if you're in a winter rut and you just want to have something new. Brilliant to me. Coming to a rather long list of cons, I'm gonna be honest. First of all, I have to address the quality. of the pieces. I'm gonna unbox it in a second. They look fine at first. It's not damaged or dirty or anything, but the overall quality of the pieces is very low. On the website, there is an option to check the material. However, every single piece I viewed was 100% polyester. And that should be my first warning sign, not even purchasing it or not even going for the subscription, but here we are. I learned my lesson. Another list of my cons is unknown brands, which isn't bad on its own because I feel like there are so many nice lesser known brands out there that are worth trying for. However, I mean in a sense of, I don't know, after going through the pieces, I just have a feeling that these brands that are listed on the website, it's just another smaller Primark brand, kind of, because the material is so bad, right? The designs aren't fantastic or anything. So I feel like sometimes it is an advantage to try out unknown brand, but I feel like in this case, I don't know. I just feel like I get pieces that nobody else would pay for in a normal setting. So I kind of feel a little bit ripped off, not gonna lie. In addition to that, I also have to talk about the pricing. I only paid 20 euros for this first box, but I am 100% not gonna continue the subscription fee for nearly 80 euros a month for 6 pieces that are essentially plastic and that I can easily thrift for I can probably thrift 6 pieces for 80 euros, let's be honest, if I just look up vintage stuff, or maybe not 80 euros, but you kind of get the drill. And in addition to that, if you, for example, look into the American market, you on the one hand said have Newly, that is, I think it's owned by Anthropologie, Free People and Urban Outfitters. So you get a lot more high quality pieces for the money you're paying, I'd say. On the other hand side, you also have Rent the Runway, which gives you really cool designer pieces that you can purchase at the end for a fraction of the price, and therefore you can just experiment with your style or maybe rent something for an occasion. So overall, I would just say that the cost for this particular service, in addition to the unknown brands with the low quality material, is horrendous and I can't justify it. Another con in my ever-growing list is there is no incentive to buy these pieces, right? I think in the end you get like a 5% 10% discount, so barely a thing if you love a piece at the end. But to be fair, I don't plan on buying any of the pieces anyway, since if something is moving into my closet as a permanent clothing items, I do want to invest in good pieces, natural fiber. So okay, smaller con, I guess. Another thing I want to pick apart is the whole sustainability focus or the whole sustainability claim around these subscription services, because it means that less clothing are produced because you don't purchase them for a one-time occasion. But I feel like you still purchase plastic for a 1-month occasion. So for anyone just addicted to shopping, you can easily get addicted to rental services as well. And let's be honest, I don't know what will happen to the pieces after the season if a striped polo shirt isn't on trend anymore. You know what I mean? That probably goes hand in hand with my hate for subscription services. I feel like it's kind of impossible nowadays to just own anything anymore. For example, like I do have a health ring that is tracking my health data, but I do have to pay a subscription fee every single month to just access my own data that a 450 euro ring is collecting. But that also sounds like a me problem, and maybe I need to make better decisions. But anyway, I think that was already a longer intro than anticipated, and I think now it's finally time to style my pieces. Ignore my joggers. I'm gonna get dressed in a second anyway, but let's unpack my pieces. First piece of the month is a white blouse with a rather big collar. To be fair, another con, I'd say the pieces look good, but I would have expected the shirt to come ironed, especially after the fact that it is dry cleaned. It should be coming in a nicer condition. I'm looking forward to style that with like maybe some simple jeans and a vest top. Let's see. Second piece I got was this striped polo shirt, which I don't know. I think it gives me spring vibes. It feels soft, but I'm gonna sweat in this. As I said, I do not own a long winter skirt, so this one could be really nice, although I'm already questioning how I'm gonna style it, but we will find out. I was kind of bored by my jeans, and even though I work in a bank now, my wardrobe can be very relaxed, I think, as long as it's modest. So these jeans would definitely be okay for my workplace. I struggle with going out tops ever since, so I think this one could be a very, very nice shirt. It's kind of like between a dark gray and black washed out jeans shirt with some studs in here. I think that this is probably the item I'm most looking forward to style, but let's see. And last but not least, these kilted, I would say it's like a barbour. Oh God, how is the name of the style? I forgot the style of the jacket. Maybe I'll remember it later, but I was really looking forward to this like jacket because it can be like it's not winter anymore, but springy jacket. But I don't know if you can hear that, but it sounds like plastic. And I already know that it's probably going to be too cold if it's cold, and it's going to be boiling as soon as it's 8 degrees outside. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to look forward to style it. I'm going to style the white blouse first. All right, this is outfit number 1. I mean, you can't go wrong with a classic white blouse and some blue denim. Am I in love with the shirt? No. Do I look like a Victorian child? Maybe. So I'd give that a 3 out of 5. Not my favorite. At least this one, I think it's 100% cotton. So let's try it with the vest top. Okay, never mind. This looks horrible. Now I look like a Victorian child with like some ill-fitted clothes. I used to think that the green and the jeans is not really matching. I could probably just send it back immediately. Not sure. So maybe that's a fail. So I think I prefer it without the sweater and maybe with some tighter fitted jeans and some fun socks. However, since I'm already wearing my Levi's jeans, I think they would work perfectly with this top. So let's switch things up. Okay, hear me out. It's cute. I can't deny it. It's exactly what I would wear. I love yellow. I don't have anything in yellow, so that would really be nice. I think if that would be less than 100% polyester, I would seriously consider purchasing it. It's like a baby blue, yellow, and brown stripe. I think that is spring perfection. I can see myself wearing this on a weekend to lounge around, but also wear it to the office because, I don't know, it gives a little bit of a work vibe or like a more chicness with the color. Hell yes, that was a good choice. Well done for me. Obviously, that would be a very casual weekend outfit, not really a work appropriate look, except for maybe if I have some fancy boots on with it, but I'm really impressed with the jeans. It's probably like a mid-rise. The length is perfect. It's not too long, not too short. Not 100% sure whether this would be a wash that I enjoy wearing, but I guess we're gonna find out. I think for jeans, I either love them or hate them, so if I love them, I probably wear them on the next 4 weeks straight, or if I hate them, I'll probably wear them once. So I guess only time will tell, but pleasantly surprised the jeans could not fit at all. So the fact that they are is a win already. Looking to the camera now, I think the outfit is boring, but since I'm already trying on so many outfits, I can't be asked to do anything else. And let's just directly try on the jacket. I mean, objectively speaking, I think it's lovely. I think it's really cool. It's nothing you see every single day, at least for the pattern and the color mix. Such a shame it's not going to keep me warm or cool. But maybe if I just head to the supermarket and I know I'm just going to wear it for like 5 minutes and I want to be looking nice or be looking put together, I think that could be a win. I guess that's it. I should have been smarter. during the ordering process, I guess, but we live and we learn. This turned out exactly how I imagined it to look like. I've paired it with some green trousers. I'm not sure if you can see the green or if it looks black, but I think it's a mix of the, I'd say, rather polished chic trousers with this washed out black studded shirt. I also cuffed the length of the arms. I felt great, not gonna lie. I had to double check it, and sadly, even that one is not 100% cotton, which is just ridiculous. Like, why not make a 100% cotton shirt? I was seriously contemplating whether I should maybe keep that, but I guess time will tell. I love it. I hope that I can wear it out as much as possible. I might have to try it on with jeans as well, whether it looks cool or not, but I feel like I've got dinner plans for Saturday, and it's just so relaxing for once that I don't need to think about what I'm gonna put on, because I know for a fact that it's gonna be this top. I don't need to show up with a sweater for a dinner reservation for once, and that's a win on its own. Not gonna lie. That might be already worth the 20 euros I spent on the entire box. So now I've got one thing left, and it is this skirt. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea how to style it. I think it's probably with a jumper, but I don't own a brown jumper. So this is gonna be rough. It's a really lovely wintry mix, and I think it can be either combined with loafers or my black little boots. I guess let's go and play dress up. So hear me out. I think option one to style the skirt would be just a junky, oversized jumper. I think that would be my way of styling it. Option one. Am I in love with the skirt? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Either way, hear me out. Option two. I think the green and brown go really nicely together. I think I would need to change the t-shirt below, because I think I need a slightly longer, slightly more structured one. But imagine spring, like a cool brown handbag, and me with my book in an artsy coffee shop. I don't know. I think it could be a vibe. It could be a vibe. Do I need another haircut? My hair looks long today. Either way, back here where we started with some final thoughts. Overall, I don't think I will be ordering from the service again, just because of all the cons I listed out earlier. I do see the point of maybe ordering something for an occasion where you're only gonna wear a specific piece once. You can also order accessories. So let's say a statement necklace, a statement bag. And so I kind of get the deal with ordering something you would only wear once on a subscription, but just not cheap, bad looking everyday basics. I think in general, if you just look at the €80 monthly subscription model, I'd rather say invest in pieces you really like, or I really like, that I really see myself wearing. And in addition to that, I think you can go to a secondhand shop and get something very similar to that, a lot cheaper. You can even tailor it to your own body, so it would make it fit better as well. So I think there are a lot better choices out there, even and especially in terms of sustainability. So that was my review of a clothing subscription service. I hope I'm gonna wear some of the pieces this month. I hope you liked the video, and see you soon.